Hello, all. My name is Mars, and welcome back to Strange Antiquities. Let's start off with this card puzzle. I am buried with the Knight of Thorns. In theory, this shouldn't be too hard to figure out. It's probably in the catacombs. Knight of Thorns, though. How are we supposed to know what that is? See, there's a knight lying on a tomb, but I don't see any thorns. There's another knight lying on a tomb. There's vines and a flower coming out of it, but I don't necessarily see any thorns. This guy we've already dealt with, so we know it's not that. This could be the Knight of Thorns for all I know, but probably not. I don't know, let's see. Do we have any information in any of these books to tell us, not you, what the Knight of Thorns might be? It's not the name of an artifact. Knight of Thorns, Shimmer. These belong to a series of objects that were designed to slot into armor or weaponry. They induced calm rage in the face of the unimaginable horrors of the battle, allowing the bearer to stay one step ahead. The Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chestplate, but it didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Sutherfell. Okay. So this is the armor worn by the Knight of Thorns. It has kind of the same pattern of vines and whatnot as was on that one tomb. But I can't be entirely sure. Let's remind ourselves what a shimmer is, because we have identified it. Have we? It's not in the correct place if we have. Did it have another name that I'm forgetting? And I'm guessing we're probably going to have to use the shimmer. Alright, let's not bother ourselves too much with that. It's probably not as important as these, like, patterns on his armor. Like these little clovers. Alright, let's take a look at the tombs again. Could this be it? It very well could. I don't see any other tombs that have any of that. This was a mistake? Okay. Alright. In any of these other locations, could it be? Because that's literally the only lead on the Knight of Thorns that we have, is the shimmer, which I can't find, and those designs on his armor. Or maybe it's just like the shape? of the shimmer that I'm looking for. Hold on. Maybe I forgot to identify it. That wouldn't be unheard of. Like, my thought is that it might be this, because it's the same shape. And I just forgot to identify it. Whatever the case may be. Let's go back to the index. Let's look up just thorns. No. It has to be this. Oh, the Battle of Sutherfell in 1356. Is there a tomb labeled 1356? 1356 with a knight on top of it. There we go. I need to read the thing more closely. The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Sutherfell. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I am able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I am out in the bright of day once more. Yeah, that is like an old tomb compared to any of the others around there. Thomas Pope. I've noticed that some people claim not to fear death. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Not me. Not the great Thomas Pope. Give me pain, give me fear. If I can feel, then I know I'm alive. Going back to the nothingness, that's what I fear. I'm going to do my best to live forever, starting today with a loam. Okay. A loam. Sometimes called a hand of Jupiter or a fire palm, a loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up, and when it does, it often hits harder. Okay, so we have a hand holding Jupiter. Okay, that's probably not that useful to us. Let's look for the symbol of Jupiter. I know this was just relevant to us. Tin. Okay, so it should be made of tin. Is this made of tin? It's made of stone. Or at least I'm guessing it's probably made of tin. It's probably this. It is a hand or a palm made out of tin. And I don't see anything else unidentified that looks like it could be made of tin. That's bronze. And this is not a gemstone associated with fire, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna guess this. Yeah. Triangle, the symbol for fire. Okay. Let's label that. The L's. With the L's over here. Lamp siphon, yes. Next customer, Agnes Dent. There has been an unexpected death in the family. It has hit all of us quite hard, but particularly my husband. I would like to gift him a heart chamber. Heart chamber. That is something new. We're running out of stuff to identify, I fear. This is where that picture of Holgar that tripped me up for so long lay. He's wearing some of my stuff too. I recognize that. There is a vast skull in the catacomb, said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul, along with its power, in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way that to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. So, this is a picture of Holgar. He is wearing something that we definitely have in our shop, but it says that what he has morphed. So, looking at his other charms, does anything else he has resemble anything we have here? That's the Bishop Square, I know that. I'm not gonna bother identifying it. I think I'll remember what it is. I mean, it seems too easy that it should be this. My only other thought is that it's like something that he wasn't wearing as a pendant that morphed into a pendant. I guess they could have morphed in use. Oh yes, they have morphed in use from keeping the soul of something you've slain into keeping the soul of a loved one around. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. This was locked up in the scary cabinet, so I'm a little scared to just present it willy-nilly, but okay, it's correct. The item appears in the sketch of Holgar. Yes, it does. Heart Chamber. There we go. Edmund Bishop. How are your birds doing? Did you ever work out what that Bishop Square thingy was? I did. I suddenly remembered this note that I found some time ago, and it occurred to me that it might be related. I almost threw it away, but it intrigued me, so I held on to it. I have no clue what it means. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay. Let's bring that down to the table and bring the Bishop Square back down too. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Would this have anything to do with the Gleeston Castle map? Again, didn't mean to bring that up. Blessings. I know that there is a symbol for blessings that might be on the castle map. There it is, yeah. Alright, I need to remind myself which symbol is for spring. It's the leaf, of course it is. And the acorn is autumn, sun, snow. Okay, those are pretty straightforward, actually. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. The symbols on the map lead me to the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I am soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing collection. Ooh, a weirdo. And it lies on its side. Interesting. Thaddeus White. Something isn't right at the museum. You're Eli's brother, right? I'm worried it's all my fault. I'd hoped my brother would be back by now. I've had an idea, though. I'm no thaumaturge, but I can weaken it using a witherance. Oh dear me, this had better work. Okay. A witherance. A withenance is the inverse of the fortunance and is sometimes put to more malicious use. These can be crafted from stone like the fortunance, but wood is more commonly used. Okay, I know we found a fortunance, and I think we gave it... Yes. So, is it physically the inverse of this, or... So, stone, more likely made of wood. Could have this symbol upside down, could have a different symbol entirely. Like this guy. What could that symbol mean? Like a triangle with a line through it. A vertical line through it. Weakness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this guy. A fortunance is used for strength, the inverse of which is weakness, and this item bears a symbol of weakness. Yep. Yeah, I understand why you were locked up. You go at the very end there. My mind is severed. Need Mether. Alright, so we need a Mether of some sort. It's probably not the Mether we've already identified. But I know we've gotten... the descriptions for some other Methers. The Abrasive Mether... Yeah, probably not the Restful Mether, and the Solemn Mether. So let's see what these are. A type of Mether is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies designed to be easily passed from person to person. I feel like it's not that. Because that would probably just sever his mind even more. Of the three types of Mether, the solemn variety is considered the most powerful. It permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind, to recall that which has been forgotten, or to repair that which has been broken. It will produce a noticeably stronger thaumic field than the other two types. Okay. So let's see. Let's remind ourselves what the Restful Mether looks like. These two do not seem to have any symbols that would... Nope. Be useful. But let's bring them down. Let's put this bishop square away. Archive this. And open this up. So first, this is the one we know is not the one we're looking for. So this produces this kind of field. What makes a field stronger than another? I'll put that there. That looks the same. That certainly looks stronger. The circles are bigger and the lines are wider. Oh yeah. This is the one we're looking for, the one with the leaf on it. Solemn Mether. And I will label this one Abrasive Mether. Just for the heck of it. Using the index, I can remind myself of what a Mether looks like. I did not need that. It produces a stronger thaumic field than the other Methers in my collection. I remember the Methers because I got them all at once. Hi, Doc. I've discovered something via the thaumic needle. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by some invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it is, it's right here in Undermere. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Umbra. When I was under its spell, I heard whispers. Something was calling me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. This must be what's keeping my patients in their trance-like state. I've never used a Gaudian siren before, but it occurred to me that I might be able to use it to drown out the whispers. Alrighty. Gaudian siren. Though these are similar in form to thaumic needles, Gaudian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call, that can be used to divert attention. Alright, thaumic needle, what did that look like? Like that. And that's the Babelia, which I think we gave to the guy, didn't we? I swear I gave the Babelia. Yeah, the Babelia in the pit. Let's see. I have nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Crumbly. That's made of sandstone. Okay. So it's similar in form to this. In what way similar in form? Are they... I'm pretty sure this is the pit. And I referenced this because there's a bird skull like it here. We have like a kind of obelisk or pillar that looks like the thaumic needle. I know we've got a little guy that kind of looks like... Do we have a little guy that kind of looks like you? I thought we did, with like the pins and needles sticking out of his head. No, we just have this. Hard and cool stone, a black substance, soot perhaps. It could be this. Similar in form. Could that just mean it's made out of stone and gold? Like this? This has all the different elements on it. A feeling of disquiet lances through my body. They can be used to divert attention, and they create a strong compulsion in like a certain direction. Nothing to remark about this one. I feel like I should be looking for something that's going to divert my attention somewhere. Or like... This one created disquiet, which I don't think is what we're looking for, necessarily. Nothing to remark. No. I have no clue. Let's see. Does the thaumic needle have another appearance? No. Like it can look like something else? No. Maybe it is this thing that I thought was the pit. Let's try it. Yeah. Okay, I didn't think so. Huh. Now what brings all these things together? What makes them Gaudian? Huh. There was a little animal, so I thought maybe it was that on the display. No, not that. Aha! I was covering it up. I think I was covering it up. That is why I couldn't find it. Okay. It takes great effort to tear my eyes away, and it looks quite a bit like one of the objects in the Gaudian display, so, yeah. Good thing I accumulated some insanity while I was looking for a thing I'd covered up. It appears in the sketch of the cabinet. Closer inspection reveals its attention-demanding power. Yes. Alright, good luck with that, Doc. Ooh, that was a short day. It felt like, at least. The curator learned that the Nalian casket is a dark article, a class reserved for the most cursed and the most dangerous of objects. He locked it deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artifacts that are best kept from public eyes. Does that have anything at all to do with the greater problems caused by the Umbra? I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Alright, let's give Jupiter a pet before we do anything else. Yeah. You missed this, buddy, didn't you? Yeah, 2 pets. Alright, I'm under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Okay. Let's look in Undermere first. Greywick Farm. Could be it. Mossy Wood. Maybe Royston Farm. Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. I don't even know how to start. Identifying this. What do you mean an axe? It's probably not in the castle. Probably not here either. It's probably in town. Woodcutter's Lane. Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Woodcutter's Lane is probably what we're looking for here, but what does it mean by barn? Pine Road. Woodcutter's Lane and Pine Road. So on Stockside Rock? Not there. I know it has something to do with this intersection. Is this the barn? Yes. I wasn't looking for one of the landmarks. I was looking for some generic patch. To the side of the house is a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There is no sign of an owner, so I search carefully, not sure exactly what I'm looking for. I spy a flash of blue. A bottle. This is it. Ooh. That's pretty. Hello, Simone. Good morning. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Hearing about that poor lady who drowned frightened me. But she'll turn up. She always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of strange antiquities. Another one? From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. From the celestial, a stone of the earth. From the diurnal, a stone of death. Stones. Okay. So we're looking for things that are stone. This is stone. This is stone. Stone. What does it mean by individual and celestial? Diurnal, that's one of our disciplines or our kinds of fields, right? But what does celestial and individual mean? Alright, hold on. Here's my little notebook. I'm going to write down every item that is made out of stone that we have identified. In this place. Okay. Is this made of stone? Slate. I don't think that's what it means by stone. The Bones Guard. And once I have written all of these down, I will go through the book and look at all of their descriptions. Diverging hook. Is this made of stone? Iron. No. Get rid of the diverging hook. It's not made of stone. Okay. The Fortunance is made of stone. Oh, scary outside. The Guise of Lillian. This thing is made of stone, but we have no idea what it is. We have a lot of things that are made of stone, but I don't really know where to start looking for them. The Babelia is made of stone. This thing is made out of stone. Alright, and here we have a lot of stuff. That's iron. Pewter. The Tenebrine Cloak. The Thalmic Needle. The Valiant. Is this made of stone? No, iron. And I think that's it. Alright, I'm going to... Hold on, write this down. Individual... Dark purposes. Celestial... Of Earth. Diurnal of Death. Okay, let's go through all of these. Alright, put in a drink to render it safe. That doesn't really seem to have anything to do with anything. Fortunance. Doesn't have anything to do with death, earth, or dark purposes. It makes me think of the individual because it's all about strength. Hold on, why did I close this? The Guise of Lillian. This could be a stone of earth or a stone of death. Because it has a fossil on it. Okay, the Babelia. Transfers foreign text. I don't think that has anything to do with anything we have. The Tenebran Cloak. No. Atomic Needle. Oh, maybe it doesn't mean stone like... Okay. It's talking about gemstones. Ignore me, I'm stupid. It's talking about... Okay. A stone for dark purposes, a stone of the earth, a stone of death. Okay. It probably needs, just one of these. Okay. Dark purposes. Bloodstone. Jade. And of death. Vivianite. Okay. So we probably just need items that have to do with these. So we have bloodstone. Is that bloodstone or is it just a stone with blood on it? I'm not sure. I don't think we have anything else with bloodstone though, so it might just be the Corvin's Might. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna put the Corvin's Might here. The stone for dark purposes. And now we're looking for jade. Let's see, is there a symbol for celestial? Oh, celestial, diurnal, and individual. Okay. So these are probably fields that we need to look for. That has one of those fields. Okay. Let's try this out. Is that... That's Mentic. And then... Wixic. That's Wixic. Okay, so this is individual. Now we need something with jade. I'm pretty sure this is jade. This could also be jade. There's nothing else. Do we have anything else that looks like it might be jade? This could be jade. Let's take a look at what jade is again. It is pure green. It is not streaked with anything. So it could really be any of these. Let's see. And we need it to be celestial. So let's collect everything that looks like it might have jade. And these over here. Or just this. Is this jade? Yes. And it has to be something with a celestial Yes. So, just a triangle. And so that's, I don't know. That is big circle on top. That's Draidic. And that's Selenic. So we need something that's Draidic or Selenic. Could be that. Could be that. Okay, I think most any of these would work. This looks the most jadey to me, so I'm gonna put it there. Oh, we need to identify that, because I know we did. It was a big deal when we identified that. What was it called? Gaudian Siren. Let's put that over here. There we go. And finally, a diurnal stone of death, so that would be the Vivianite. Do we have anything with Vivianite? That's a very distinct gemstone with the blue and the green. And I'm not really sure we have anything. That's porcelain. Dark green gemstone. Black, orange, pink. Dark green gemstone. I don't think we have anything with Vivianite. Crazy. Is this Vivianite? That is Vivianite. And I'm guessing that this is... yeah. There we go. I was like, it's the only one, so it must be this. Oh boy, another one of these. It is that time. There we go. Another one of these portals. Nothing to remark. Let's take it. Alright. It was a winding path to get there, but I got there. Oh, you're back. Thank you for the Mether. I have seen into the yawning deep. I have seen beauty beyond the comprehending mind. The price is steep, but I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor, broken, must replace. Didn't we identify a shadow anchor already? Guess not. I was thinking of something else. Shadow anchor. Shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside of the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Okay. Pendant or totem, symbology or gemstones. Projecting presence outside of the body. Alright. Something to do with the mind. I don't know. Let's take a look at all our unidentified things with symbols and gemstones and try to extrapolate or whatever from the gemstones. So this has the symbols of blessings, paralysis, let me see closer. Confusion, and what's just a triangle? Fire. So it probably is blessings against those things, unless that's not blessings. Maybe it's just crying. Yeah, it's probably not blessings, it's probably just crying. Yeah. So not that. This. It's made of onyx and bronze. Night and darkness. Let's take a look at this again. Symbols. What's that symbol? It is the symbol of... I don't see that symbol in here. It's quite unique. This circle with bits missing at the side. Okay. Blue gemstone. Probably kyanite. It could be an anchor between the body and mind. Or a stone of water. Let's see, I have a feeling it's this. Alright, let's get rid of you guys. What field is that from? What produces that? That's the Mentic field, yes. Okay, I'm guessing it's this. Yep. Kyanite gemstones point to the fact that this item anchors the mind, yes. That is a shadow anchor. Just put that there. And close this. Hi, Audrey. It was a mistake to help you. You have shown yourself to be a useful ally in these worrisome times. Keep in one eye on the lake in the coming days. When blackened eyes seek the casket, and waters turn to midnight, perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. Okay. When blackened eyes seek the casket. So they're all being drawn to the casket. And the waters turn to midnight, so the water's going to turn black too. Perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. Is your sect causing this to happen? Because it's what triggers you to perform the sacrament? Do you have possession of an Umbra that's making people search for this evil casket? I don't know. Ooh. The sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to the warrior god Holgar. It is performed by a blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. Okay. I don't really think we can do anything with that now. The only thing we have that has anything to do with the seasons is the Bishop Square. Wherever that went, it's right here. And I don't know, what are we supposed to do with it? Put artifacts inside it? I don't think so. So let's put that aside for now. I'm sure it'll be very, very important later. And we'll figure it out then. Mailman? I'm afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly and has ended up doing a round trip to Kendall and back. Better late than never. Oop. I've spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer Thaumaturge Marwen left a trail to her hidden stash, or so the story goes. I followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned, a chilling, bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels, but it seems her markings have been worn away by time after that. I pass on the story to you and hope that you can succeed where I have failed. Okay, we're going to the catacombs. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's just about the Bishop Square. So it's in the upper levels. A chilling bone-filled alcove, so probably this. Left a trail to her hidden stash. I am able to follow Marwen's trail for a while, but the carved markings are faded and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time I reach the ossuary, I can no longer make them out at all. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Alright. Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the ears, allowing a glimpse into the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it works passively in stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. Okay. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see. I think I have an idea what we're looking for. Yeah. Fire and wax. Those are the symbols on this. For some reason, the symbol for wax caught my eye the few times we were flipping through this in this episode, this book. So it was fresh in my mind. So fire, wax, candle. Stalagmites retreat under the light of the candle as I hold it aloft and search the shifting rock walls for any signs of Marwen's trail. Suddenly, I see it, an M etched into the rock, as clear as if it had been carved yesterday. I follow the trail in an excited hurry, tripping and stumbling as the candle distorts the height of the floor, until I come to its end at a small boulder. Rolling the rock to one side, I reach behind it and reclaim Marwen's lost treasure. It's like a little girl. Pendant. Made of tin, somewhat cool. Gives me goosebumps. Well, it makes sense. She has goosebumps. Okay. Callow's candle? Was it Callow? Carrick. I just made that up entirely. Carrick's candle. That would go here. Hey, I just got a letter from you. Oh no. Okay, so he did get cursed by reading their language. But luckily, I think we probably have something too. Tormund's paralysis. We probably have something to break the curse. This is what I was hoping for when I gave him the Babalia. That he would be cursed, but we have things to cure curses. Tormund's paralysis. Oh, we have quite a large index now. Tormund's paralysis, Tormund's bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis, or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnal field pattern. Rolled along the tongue. So something round, probably. Weathered. This seems like it would roll. I still don't know what this symbol is. What sort of field? Diurnal? Diurnal. Is that a diurnal field? Hold on. That is a diurnal field pattern. I'm guessing it's this, since it can be kind of rolled. This little ball at the end. It has a moving part that can roll across the tongue. That's what I thought. Thank you. I don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlim. Everything went dark about reading the inscription on the tall stone, but somehow I knew if I made it to Strange Antiquities, I would be okay. Through the darkness, I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Nelean Casket. If we give it to them, they promise to free those it has infected. From the Nameless Ones? I don't think we have a choice. At least we can be certain of one thing. If they have the casket, they will not allow it to be opened. All they desire, all they value is power, and opening the casket would release all of its contained power. Oh no, Verona! The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quieted. Help me to calm this clamoring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Okay, so we can give her a Zephyrim or an Abrasive Mether. Luckily we, purge unwanted memories, so probably not that, because that will probably get rid of everything that's left of Verona. These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone, and power. The scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Okay, so we probably want to give her this. It says, there is something... Help me to calm this clamoring rage inside my head. So I'm guessing that the rage is what is left of Verona. So we want to save her. Because she is Verona, she is a mainstay from the first game. So we want to give her a Zephyrim. Or a Zephyrim. If we want to pronounce it like Hebrew. So it's resonant. So this thing will point to it. This thing is resonant. The Corvins might know the Elvis Stone is resonant. And this thing is resonant. Okay, so it should smell a certain way. Nothing to remark about this one. But this one gives off a scent like that of a brewing storm. I'm gonna call this the Zephyrim. And I'm gonna give this to her. To try and bring back what's left of Verona. Alright. Hopefully that was a good choice. But the problem with storing powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. So is the casket still in the museum? Why are they all going into the lake if it's still in the museum? Ugh, ball of string. I was like, that's a weird plant. Oh god. It's literally just a picture of a ball of string. That's going to be so helpful. So helpful, but we will try and figure out its tricks next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more strange antiquities.